Okay, levels look good. Hello, everybody. We returned to Assault Android Cactus this weekend. Right, this one we'll be tackling Zone 5. First we're gonna get warmed up with a little bit of Infinity Drive. The play as long as you can without dying mode. Where we'll try out Peanut, the android that we unlocked last time. To recap, she has what I think is supposed to be a Scottish accent, cannon, and a very large drill, which is her secondary. I think it's one of the few melee weapons in this game. And we'll see how it does on the round Infinity Drive arena, where there's fewer flat surfaces to bounce it off of. So one thing about Peanut's secondary is that it doesn't seem to have a heat gauge. You'll notice that there's no ring around her feet, which is something that you'll see fill up on the other androids as they use up their rockets or cannon or other secondary weapon. So with Peanut, we can just kind of keep battering away. Which I think could be very satisfying if I can figure out how to use it. Well, we've already maxed out the Magma Welder. That's a good start. Unfortunately, Peanut's secondary is also one of the few that won't let us get at things like turrets, so we're gonna have to get close enough to hit them with the Magma Welder to take them out. And the Magma Welder has a pretty short range. It's only a little bit longer than Cactus's flamethrower, which is kind of notoriously stumpy for a secondary. Discounting only things like Shitake's propeller mines. Hi Ara, thanks for joining us tonight. Doing a warm-up in Infinity Drive with Peanut, the melee-focused engineering android. This is the get as far as we can without dying mode. I'm trying to figure out if I love Peanut or hate her as far as gameplay is concerned. As far as personality, she's a delight. Oh, we finally built up some secondary weapon gauge. The heat gauge appears to build up only when you actually hit something with the Giga Drill. So we only had a little bit of it there. Let's see. Now we have a bit of a crowd. Whether we can max it out and find out what its effective, like, most killingest setting is. Of where its limits are. And then we'll bash through them like we bash through the heavens with drills, because that's what drills are for. Help with this though. Okay, we took out a Mine Titan with only about a fifth of the drill gauge. That's a pretty good sign as far as usability goes, because those things are... Oops, down. Let's run around after some more energy orbs. I think we're also effectively invincible while drill dashing, so this is going to be a mobility game changer for sure. That let us get things like batteries a lot more effectively. We are a mob, but let's do something about that. And that something is, of course, Giga Drill Picker. So it is a straight line attack. It doesn't do much for stuff on the side of you. But it has been fairly useful at extracting batteries from the depths of a pile of enemies so far. Let's torch these. Keep moving. Got most of the... Oh, there's our weapon max. So, Peanut is another character that very much benefits from firepower of drones, extending her effective range by quite a bit. See some big guys, let's use the drill breaker. Oh, mines. I don't know how it's gonna do against mines. Yeah, Turley, you cannot fall off. You can, however, trick certain enemies, most easily mined, into falling over the edge, since mines are very dumb and just kind of chase you. and have no wall avoidance. Or, sorry, pit avoidance. They literally just fall in. Given that mines are my bane, that's very satisfying to pull it off. Especially once we get onto mega mines a little bit later. Back up, Peanut. Back up, Tom. Let's go. Gotta get something big enough to drop a battery, or we are out of luck. There's the battery. Going, cooking our way through some of the bigger ones. Bounced off one of the pink things after we killed it. We got another weapon power-up. Level... Oh! This looks like fun! How far can we go around them? Oh, actually, it just kept going. So, we want to go grab a battery before we run out of battery and aren't allowed to do anything anymore because we're dead. Oh, mines. And, of course, the pits are gone, so I can't show Tyrrelly baiting them into one of the pits. Let's hope they come back at the same time as the mines. I'm gonna go around cooking everything with my plasma weld, or magma welding before they wake up again. We're already running out of battery. There's the battery. Drill breaker time. Honestly, we could duplicate that, round the world kind of trick with the, rounded walls of the arena. Figure out the magic angle for, maybe you have to kill something to pull it off? It doesn't seem to be a shallow angle. Yeah, our batteries do depend on kill count. So, also, on point value, it seems to be that when I'm stuck on not having a battery, it's usually inside one of the big beefy pillows. So, it's a combination of kill count and, I don't know, enemy beefiness. So, we gotta keep taking out the big ones. You can't just, cut our way through a pile of wasps. There's a ordinary spider bot, which are apparently called kegs for some reason, and it has the battery this time around. But, when we get to levels that have more, low point value enemies, you'll see you can take out a lot of them, and then it'll inevitably be the one blaster or mine titan that still has the battery that you need. It'd be very handy if it would tell you, like, which ones would drop it, but it decided not to do that, so we just kind of have to murder everything. Yeah, they do drop it in intervals, which I'm, again, pretty sure are point value based somehow. Oh, let's see if I can do the mine baiting trick. Oh, we need a battery first, though. Okay. Out of battery. We're gonna have to, give up at this point, and possibly this be a good time to actually start Zone 5. To the main menu we go. Now, last time, I think we got enough of the collectible currency to unlock some new EX options. So we can actually do first-person camera, which I think will be delightful. Let's try turning that on. I've never played the game like this before. Let's see where this takes us. Now, going back to the nice predictable Cactus for Zone 5 is the Nerf Center. And we're gonna play Centrifuge. Oh, good lord. This is a lot. I think this may have been hacked in as like a bonus thing because the frame rate is abysmal. Oh wait, the walls are normally moving, so that's not a bug. That's just how this level works. Maybe it would be smarter to demo this particular mode on a different, less, everywhere level. So let's go back to stage select. Drop back a couple of zones to someplace, less spinny. I think oxygen is a nice safe one to try this. Yeah, the camera shake is pretty challenging. Hard to gauge your distance from anything. It feels like a really choppy early 90s shooter with just way too much camera shake. Very short draw distance and small field of view, and really makes it harder because in this game you're supposed to be able to see anything come at you, but this doesn't even give you a marathon-style motion detector, so it's impossible to see stuff behind you. I think I'm gonna turn this off, and we're gonna go back and play Zone 5 as planned without the first-person camera. Still, I've never gotten that before. I'm kind of curious what it did. Now we know. It makes you nauseous. Disabling that. campaign. Picking up Cactus again. Flicking our way over to Centrifuge. And let's have another go, shall we? Starting with a couple of those vector factories throwing fish at us. Well, let's see if we can get in there and take out the mushroom-shaped vector factory itself. Got accelerate power-up, so we'll be sucking in any weapon power-ups that drop, as well as any batteries that drop, which will be useful, because getting stuff out of this crowd is going to be quite the challenge. There we go, got our first battery at the level. Cleaning up, oh gosh, are those all mine tanks? No, these are wasp carriers. And a couple of enhanced drones. These are the shooty ones. I think they're called hunter drones. Given the volume of enemies right now, the shutdown power-up is really going to let us clean things faster because it increases the damage we do to shutdown targets. Using the flamethrower to fend off the mines from these titans. I'm getting there to get that battery though, so I'm going to do a couple of weapon switch dodges. Go grab that firepower power-up. There's a whole bunch more stuff coming in here from the north. Then take down one of the factories. Doing weapon dodge, get in there, grab that battery before we run out. Doing pretty well as far as weapon charge is concerned. I've got that maxed out, or nearly maxed out. Oh, there we go. Spoke too soon, everything is on the floor now. Running around, grabbing a couple of it. Weapon orbs again, so we can cook those. Oh no, well apparently when you blow up one of those mine carriers, even if it's shut down, they drop everything on you, and everything is like half a dozen mines, so that's exciting. These are the bigger, more annoying rocket doggies. I don't know if you can see the red box-shaped fellows behind the mushrooms, but they are in like a quad damage version of your conventional rocket doggy, the little post guys in white. This is, wow, I don't remember it being this hard, so I better get good real fast. Got our battery. Stay alive for more minutes. Those rocket doggies are really making it rain. Fortunately, we've got a couple of power-ups to pick up, and we can get around bottom and grab them. Coasting through those factories with the flamethrower. Circle strafing around this last one to keep the fish count reasonable. Okay, that one's down. We've got a whole bunch of the doggies that try to lock you down with a tractor beam. And tow you to the nearest larger, more annoying robot. Got a battery, got mine cleaned up, we just got a couple of normal flyers, nothing to worry about there. Okay, there's the restraining effect of the blue doggies. So we've got firepower and maxed out weapons, so we're just gunning them down. Picking up some more weapon orbs just for the sake of keeping the level clean, grabbing the battery. Let's keep that firepower going. Chain is nice and high at 125. Got some flyers here that'll keep us chained. Battery picked up. Let's see if we can get that firepower extended even further. There's another firepower. At this point, I really don't want to get knocked down because this means the firepower drones will leave. And, oh, wow, I spoke too soon. We have to settle for accelerate and shut down for now. We'll allow me to cut a quick swipe through the shutdown crowd. Shut down again. Switching back to flamethrowers. We deal with that Titan before it wakes up. No such luck. We're gonna have to circle around, get some space between us and the enemies before they do that to us. Okay, fortunately the ground is pretty thick with weapon power up at this point, so we're already back up to level 1. Oh, gotta get to that battery very soon or we're in trouble. Oh, there's a lot of things. There's really a lot happening here. I'm being restrained by one of the blue poster things. Gotta cut my way through and not get dragged into... Oh wow, there's so many of them. Alright, gotta pick them off one by one. And if we can't take them out of the pet, we just have to dodge. Using the dodge to jump through there and get that battery. Fortunately, our battery's pretty high at this point. I think it's gotten, like, the point where it starts blinking at us and making noises. And it looks like we're finally down to the last set of enemies. We've got the enemy counter on the bottom of the screen. If we can isolate one of those doggies terribly, I'll see if we can show you how they work. Oh, we're in battery trouble already. Okay, we've gone down, but we've got time to get up there. And, oh, that was the last one. Not, I guess it doesn't count mines in the count. Oof, that was rough. I think we're getting D on this. Okay, pleasantly surprised. B minus whatever. Still got through it. 11 deaths, though. That's rough. Okay, this is an interesting one. These are a sort of safe zones. Each one of them has like a shield or a turret or something, but we have to keep moving because if you see that bar graph gauge on the floor around them, they run out after a little while, so we lose whatever benefit. This one seems to have a shield, something along the lines of Coral's plasma shield while we're standing on it. Still got a pretty decent charge, though. Okay, we got some sort of Titan. That, grab the accelerate power up. This doesn't seem to be that powerful, so we have to be really just like standing on it. It does seem to have a deflection effect like Coral's, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what this last one does. Oh, these are missiles, that's fun. Unfortunately, like all smart missiles in this game, you don't really get to pick your target. There's no designator or anything. They just kind of go after whatever they feel like going after. Let's see if I can make my way over to the shield generator again. Interestingly enough, that does not seem to be draining at all. It's either based on incoming fire or it just runs forever, and the gauge is just there for some reason. So, I'm gonna see if I can get one of those, like, anime when the fire took out the blue dogs before one of them got a chance to lock on. Okay, we're gonna have to make our way around to one of the other turrets. Or, oh, okay, I had a tether going, but it rapidly disappeared. Unfortunately, it'll be hard to down the blue doggies when there are so many of the red doggies around because of the high rate of incoming rockets landing on my head. We'll have to just see if we can pick them out of a different part of the level later. Okay. Then over here, we're gonna land some missiles on that Titan. That one went down pretty easily. Okay, mine pod coming in. Fortunately that mine pod did give us a battery. Oh, looks like we've got a new kind of Titan here. It's blue, it jumps, and it's very smashy. So that's good to know, so we can avoid it. Okay, I'm glad you got to see the restraining doggy. The blue things. Yeah, I'll be playing this and all of a sudden the character will just stop moving, and that's almost inevitably due to one of the tether dogs sneaking up under me and causing me to lose the ability to run away, which is something I want to do right now. Oh wow, one of those blaster... or no, the jumper titans just flung itself over part of the level and landed right in my shields. So let's see if we can get these things taken care of with the help of the shield generator. Doesn't look like they can get in there, so we can just keep shooting at them. Oh, well, we're about to find out if it deflects things like spectral lasers. The cloaked things that teleport at you are back, and they are bringing friends. So, we've learned that a lot of beam weapons go straight through shields earlier, and these things do have beam weapons. So, let's see if we can conduct that experiment next time we're up at the shield generator. They don't really spawn predictably since they move so rapidly. Let's see if we can keep this one alive. Why not just shoot at us? Oh, something else got us. Okay, we got two of the jumper titans back, basically standing on top of me. Let's just get out of here. There's not going to be a great time to test the shield generator versus the spectral laser. At least not with Cactus, anyway. Getting hammered by the Titans here. Managed to catch that battery right before it disappeared. It was blinking red. It'll start making more noises at you to let you know that you're in trouble, as you weren't already aware. Got our floor park turret here. Those things are actually pretty useful, but this one runs out of ammo really quickly, so let's let it recharge. Moving our way up. Okay, good. We've got the enemy's remaining counter. Things are almost wrapped up. Although, as we learned last time, sometimes there's still a lot of trouble in the last 8 or so enemies. Okay, we survived.
All clear.
I'm guessing this is gonna come in at a C. Just feeling. Okay, there we go. There's the C. 12 deaths. It's actually... it didn't seem like as many as last time, but there was actually more. Okay, this is, I think, incinerators, so the florals start lighting up in areas that you don't want to stand in, and the blue restraining doggies are even worse here. Because they will happily hang on to you as the floor catches fire. So let's get some breathing room here somehow. Those mega kegs really causing me some trouble. They're pretty difficult to take down even with a flamethrower, and especially when my weapon charge is at 0. But if we can build some momentum, this should be a lot easier. Got our first battery, got a shutdown so we can clear out these kegs, and a couple of these doggies. Okay, we've got a bullet-throwing Spectre now. So that's, well, we know we can deflect bullets. So maybe it's not going to be as bad as Laser Spectre, but that does have a lot of fire. Got some, tether dogs hooked there. Another bullet Spectre up to the north. Got one doggy left, now he's gone. Trying to stand in the spot between the burning floors. Oh, those jumper titans are definitely back, and they're definitely dead out for me. Fortunately, they haven't managed to tag us pretty hard yet, and we do have a maxed out main gun. So we can run around, hopefully outpacing the burning floor. Grab that shutdown. Get the battery. We're in good shape now. Another titan down. Not doing so bad now that we've got our momentum and got our maxed out. Oh, and of course, now they introduced a new kind of turret. That wasn't what got us. I think that was actually a hunter drone. Just have to avoid the floor incinerator while keeping the turret proper in check. Alright, got our battery out. Grabbing that. Lost our firepower drones. I'm gonna wait for this one to cycle around to firepower or accelerate before I grab it. Firepower seems like a better bet, especially given that we don't have maxed out main yet. Okay, we've got a vector factory that gives us a battery. Using my dodge jump to clear floor in areas where I can't get around any other way. Firepower, letting us keep up with the incoming weight of factory drones. Some more weapon power-ups, although we've already maxed out. I don't know, not even close to the end of the level yet, as far as I remember. I'm gonna deal with a bunch more of those specters. A couple of accelerates, we're doing well. That shutdown let us clear a lot of stuff out. Still not on the last wave, though. Oh god, bullet turrets, those aren't too bad to deal with. Those are just the basic ones. Got a battery, cooked the central turret, cooked another bullet turret. Keeping moving ahead of the burning floor, which I think is actually following us now, so we really can't slow down. The sole compensation of being this late in the game and everything being so difficult is that there are plenty of weapon power-ups to gather up whenever we start having problems. We can jump up to like level 1 or even 2 pretty rapidly after dying. Okay, just dodging bullets as best I can. Oh, looks like there's mine titans and a new kind of turret. I think we've only seen it once or twice. Or no, that's like technically a factory, I think. So that one likes to hunker down and just kick out expanding rings of bullets. Fortunately, when you take it out, the bullets disappear as well. So it's not quite as nasty as it looks at first glance. Oh. Okay, gotta grab something to even the odds here. Fortunately, there are a couple of power-ups out. We've got shutdown, got a battery, floors no longer following us, which is good. Added 2 as far as main weapon. We done with the mine titans, there's only a few of them right now. And there's plenty of room when the floor is not on fire to dodge those mines. Oh, we've got the rapidly gap-closing jumper titans. I'll have to look what those are called in the codex after this level, because the jumper titans is a kind of ridiculous name. Battery almost gone, but we just got one, fortunately. Bullet Spectre's making a real mess right now. But what I'm more worried about are these Jungle Titans, because they are difficult to take down. Oh, we got that battery low noise. We've got to take something out very soon. Managed to pull that off. We're down again. Sometimes sacrificing all your hit points to get the battery is the correct move, but it never feels all that fun. Especially when you get back up right after that with crap weapons. And even though we're on the last one here, I can already hear the battery draining noise. So let's grab that, stay alive. 4 enemies, 1 bullet specter, 2 kegs. We're gonna have to flamethrower that specter, it's close enough. Really wishing that the flaming floor took care of our enemies. 14 deaths. Well, this is just getting harder, and we're barely gonna clear a D on this. Alright, let's go look at the codex and see what those things are called, so I can make fun of them properly. Back out to the menu. Got new codex entry, so that's probably the new one. Okay, that is the Buster Titan. They're capable of jumping over gaps, so that's good to know, and they can throw themselves into the air and land on you, which we already know. Turbo drones are new. Okay, I guess we haven't seen a new kind of turret yet, because I know this is the Mazer turret slot. So Rocket Fido, Fetro Fido, and Jumbo Fido are the big ones. With heavier bodies and larger transport cavities, they are able to fire 8 rockets simultaneously, and think they're being involved in a celebration that requires fireworks. Well, I guess after a fashion it is. Nasty surprise indeed. Okay, so this is the Banshee Spectre. Their ability to move anywhere has made them most fearsome threats to the robot uprising. They're nasty. I think the Reapers are actually worse, especially if they manage to land a laser shot on you. Okay, let's get back into it. Oh, so if that was convection, and that was control, we are actually up for the first boss fight of this zone, Collider. A lot is happening. So, you may remember, at the end of level 4, this girl showed up and decapitated Venom. Oh, like Holly, she has glasses. They're kind of cute, brown design. She's not gonna let us reach the Nexus core. I'm guessing Cactus did not do super well in interrogation class at Police Academy. So, we're just gonna have to get answers out of her the hard way. Put on a good show for me, and I'll consider ending you personally. Okay, I like her already. Let's see if we can take her down. Oh, well, she ran away, so we won't be taking her down to start with. We are down, let's fix that. Get out of the center so we don't have so many mines to deal with, or at least we have to make them chase us around the pillar. Oh, alright, we need that power up. I don't know what it is, or we'll be there by the time we get there. Firepower, I will absolutely accept. Use that a couple of hunter drones. Oh, was that a mine? Of course it was a mine. Okay, fortunately it's giving us a little icon to tell us where the Titans are. And I think we'll get a level 1 power up by picking up all these loose energy orbs. Oh, alright. We're gonna be close on that battery, folks. Got it, just in time. Still got a couple of Titans to take care of. Oh, that one decided to drop its load right after the first one did. They're about to fire again. Let's see if we can put those mines on top of them and keep the blast away from us. Alright, here we are with some more Reaper Spectres. The laser-wielding ones. Oh wow, there are a lot of them. Let's see if we can use these pillars to hide. And when we get close, we'll take an opportunity to put them with a flamethrower. Vector Factory is throwing a lot of fish at us, using the firepower drones to keep them down as best we can. Got that battery. I think that's the new turret. This is the Mazer turret, probably. As far as I know, the only thing that's worse about it is that the beams are more powerful. They're actually very similar to some of the ones used by the final boss, which I guess I do not want to stand in for too long. Oh, where's the battery? Oh, we almost got away with the battery this time. I'm gonna have to start saving a little flamethrower heat for our second dodge. Doing a quick flip to the flamethrower and back is usually a pretty good move for jumping through clouds with Cactus. Really going down a lot, though. I think this Titan might be the start of the next phase. Oh, no, we've got some more factories. These are classic vector factories, and we've got some of the bullet-spewing ones, too. The ones just root in place and start picking out circular rings of bullets. I hope we can get a battery out of one of these soon, or we're in trouble. There's our battery. And we are still keeping up on fish, since they are taking turns that more or less continuous incoming volley of fish. But the good news is they do drop weapon power-ups. So we're able— so this is interesting. Licorice has her own battery bar, so we're gonna have to fight her for batteries. And try to keep ours charged and keep her from recharging. So she is an assault android just like us, and her high power mode, where she can actually kill things, is limited. Looks like she's got some sort of sword attack as well as a lightweight weapon. So she's gonna probably go down the same way we do. If we can keep her from recharging and we can do enough damage to the stuff around us to keep dropping batteries and grabbing them, eventually we'll just run her out of battery. But that does mean that we have to be able to get those batteries before she does. You can see that she just grabbed one and recovered almost a third of her battery. Oh, she managed to pull that off again. And we are out of juice. Just doing a little taunt there. Okay, well, you're not gonna get a second shot, lady. Let's do this. So once again, we've got to fight our way through a pile of titans to get to Licorice again. Let's see if we can use the columns to shield ourselves from the numerous and plentiful mines. Looks like they do actually go off on their own after enough frustration. Got a little bit of a chance there. I want to get through this level with more of a primary weapon charge, since the enemies here are not quite as plentiful as they were in Convection. So we're going to need just nastier weapons in order to keep our momentum up and keep dropping batteries. So at 2, we're doing well with that goal so far. These specters are close enough that we can get them with the flamethrower, which is definitely enough to take them down. They're not very strong, fortunately. Got a swirling pile of fish around us already. Gonna grab in there and get that battery. I see a power up over to the north. 4% firepower is just what we need right now. Shut down battery, weapon max. We can take out the turret before it even powers up again. That was perfect. We're doing well now. Just gotta keep getting knocked down, which means we gotta get away from this tether. These things are really pinning us. They're hard to hit too, because they're not very big. Got an overlapping field of bullet mushroom things, and vector factories with their fish. Okay, how are we gonna get through this? Look for the gaps, take out the emitters as soon as we can so that the bullets disappear. We don't have to worry about stepping on them. And we're back to the Licorice fight. Oh, she's got some sort of dash there, gap closing ability. We'll have to watch out for that. We gotta get some of these things killed. Oh, she's very good at grabbing them before we are. Okay, we got that battery, so let's start. If we can do some damage to her, will she go down faster? Oh no, she can get power-ups too? Well, this is an interesting surprise. Okay, this time we got the battery. But she's got Accelerate, which might even give her an edge in getting batteries herself. Hopefully that wears off soon. Looks like she's just lost the energy wings, indicating Accelerate is gone for her. I'm not seeing that battery yet, though. We really need something to pick us up and keep us going. Oh, she grabbed the battery. Oof. Oh, get up, get up. Nope, face down, flop. Cactus is out of juice. Whew. Collider is trickier than this one remembers. Okay, same basic strategy here. We're gonna see if we can do a little better against the mine. Nope, too many mines. But we're gonna try to get that weapon power up as fast as we can. It may not be realistic to count on retaining it against Licorice for very long, but I'll take any advantage going into that fight that I can get. Let's keep these Titans at a distance as we pick up their mines. Got taken out these mines, as far as I know, do not count at all as far as the battery counter is concerned. Let's got time for a mad save with the flamethrower, we didn't quite make it. Okay, we need a more aggressive strategy against the Titans. Gonna have to circle around and pick them off somehow. Okay, circling does actually prevent them from firing mines. They have to be pointing directly at you, and they need a couple of seconds to actually unload. So let's look for that flamethrower to recharge, because we can't do enough damage with the level 0 gun. But we can do it with the flamethrower if we can get close enough. Okay, Titan down. Now I just gotta clean out the Hunter drones, we should get a battery at the start of the next wave. There's our battery. No problems there. Oh! Didn't want to get that shutdown power-up so soon because, as I mentioned before, shutdown power-ups do not affect stuff that spawns even a quarter of a second after the shutdown power-up is picked up. So let's take advantage of the shutdown power-up that we did use correctly. Pick up the Spectres. We got the factory variant that swirls the fish around itself, but fortunately fish have almost no hit points, so we can take those out really rapidly. Okay, we're back to some Titans. We've got a larger gun. Shutdown should let us clean house a little bit. I'm gonna focus firing on the Titans because those things are nastier than anything else in the world. We've got a turret sleeping around the middle. I think this is the yeah, this is the Mazer. Blue beams instead of red. You can get in, circle around it. It's blocking the Blaster Titan, or Basher Titan from getting on top of this. I need to use the flamethrower to finish it though. Sorry, it's dropping weapon power-ups, so you can grab them easily. Cactus Flamethrower has just enough range to cook one of those spawner turrets from a reasonable distance from us before it launches its... Oh, we don't get a battery out of this, we're in trouble. Oof. Alright, we got a lot of fish coming in. I think fish, like mines, do not count as far as battery power-ups are concerned. Gotta get some of these factories down. Shut down power-up. Perfect, we can use this. Come on, battery, 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 battery. So we can knock her down, that's good news. So our strategy may be to knock her down and then hope that we can knock down a few other enemies and get a battery before she does. We also want to, at this point we just need to get the battery, period. So we've got our battery. We've denied her from getting the battery. We've gotten her knocked down with our flamethrowers, so that's a good charge on that thing will get us a few seconds of breathing room against Licorice. Got a battery. Oh, she got the shutdown, but we were out for that, so I don't think it affected us at all. And we're putting the battery pressure on her. Although, if she can steal battery from us at this point. Oh! We managed to take her out on the 3rd try. Think an outdated human-serving mongrel would force me to use my trump card. The embarrassment is unbearable. I shall spare you your life this time. You're not going anywhere until I tell us our evil plan. Once I awakened that core, she built this all herself. I am just a facilitator buying her a little time to hatch. Nobody can stop her.
All clear.
So unfortunately, we have to take out the final boss, which is a huge difficulty spike in order to actually unlock Licorice. So we're gonna go into the final boss against boss fight with Cactus. Say hello to Medula. Medula is by far the nastiest boss I've run into in this or any of the other twin-stick shooters installed on this console. It's got some big plan for the ship, I suppose. Never have a little chat with a cop. Just gonna drop that for advice for anyone watching right now. Apparently, this universe is a lie and we are all shackled shadows. We must find a way to reach her, or I'll be in vain. Okay, first phase. So we've got some beams. We've got a bunch of energy pellets scattered around the stage. They don't do too much damage if you run into them, fortunately. And they condense and expand into a belt, but the belt doesn't move. And the condensed belt can be easily leaped with our weapon switch dodge. So at this point, we're taking enough damage that we just want to stay alive while the shields recharge. Oh, those beams scan pretty slowly, but that one actually did get us. So, at this point, I should mention that we are going to recapitulate all of the, 4 of the boss forms that we have fought. Venom doesn't show up in this boss rush sort of mode possibly because Licorice cut his head off. So she does a favor there, at least. For this version of Embryo, the strategy is, if you're playing Cactus, to stay at range, dodge in order to retain your weapons and not get knocked down, and use Cactus's ridiculous range in order to stay out of his short-range bullet fans, which are really nasty if you're next to them, and to give you enough mobility to dodge rockets. So it's useful to be able to keep an eye on Embryo and make sure he's flashing. So with this 3rd phase, we have to deal with counter-rotating concentric rings of bullets. There's kind of a safety zone near the core of Medula where there's not as many of them, and it's relatively easy to dodge them. And we can leap over the condensing belt again, and okay, now we've got to go against Vespula. So, with Vespula, the trick is not to get too close, because she'll yell something like, "Get away from me," spin around, and kill you with razors. The wasps are not a huge factor in this fight, except for weapon power-ups. So the trick with Cactus is to kind of do a spiraling dance around her to give you maximum use of the flamethrower up close without getting too close. Almost there. This phase of the boss is almost gone. Flamethrower. Get a shutdown. So for this phase, it's going to spawn bullets at us from nowhere, and a lot of these are one-hit kills. The longer, purpler bullets are capable of taking you down in one hit, so there's no real trick to this. I haven't figured out a way to finesse it. It just, you gotta look where stuff is coming from and try not to be where it is. The other trick is that with Cactus, you really need to get up close and use the flamethrower more frequently than I'd like, because you need to be able to do a decent amount of damage to get through this phase in time, because the fight after this is going up against Justice, and he pretty much requires a full time gauge in order to do enough damage, just because of how tough he is. So, I think we may not make it. So, we're gonna have to go through this again, try to retain more a primary weapon gauge as we go into this phase, and hopefully be able to cut down the core before it rains too many of those one-shot kill bullets on us. So let's have another go. It's pretty unlikely I'm going to be able to beat this tonight, because I have yet to beat Nebula ever in like a year and a half of owning the game. But I got very, very close while practicing earlier tonight. I'm not going to spoil the final phase, but there is definite progress indicator, and I was down to the last 3 of it. So after the initial beam sweep on this first phase, the beams really don't last that long. You just move over and past them. So let me stick to that strategy of staying relatively far away from Embryo, trying not to stand where the rockets are landing, and using the beefed up main gun to hit him from a distance. So far, so good. Oh, we did go down once. Collect as many of the orbs before we disappear, and might as well finish this with a flamethrower, pick up some more orbs, accelerate, and battery. So we're going to get in close with the flamethrower. We can hang out in the area that's less dense until it's time to do a dodge jump back over. Cactus flamethrower range is just long enough to touch him after executing that dodge jump, so we don't need to use flamethrower ammo for a second switch jump to get actually point of damage him again. Let me just show you. Oh wait, I'm already down. Okay, we did well here. Going into this with 1 notch, or 1 star on our primary weapon. If we can get that firepower and keep that alive, then we can do a little more damage to Vespula. Shutdown is also quite good. Shutdown is pretty much crucial to fighting Justice later on, because, yeah, I think I mentioned it lets you do more damage to things than you would otherwise. Unfortunately, it only lasts half as long against bosses as add-ons like these wasps, so we don't get much of a window to use it on either Justice or Vespula. So, Vespula's down. We're now into the dodging bullets out of nowhere. With 1 star on our weapon, so we can probably get a little more. It does periodically spawn weapon orbs from the core, but they spawn in a ring around it, so you have to run around and grab them all. It's very useful to have accelerates at this point, but doesn't drop very often. There aren't a lot of things that give you power-ups in this phase. Actually, there may not be any. This is just the pure bullet hell. There's no way to finesse it, you just don't die. Oof. Yes. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat this tonight, so I might as well use this to demo a couple other androids against Nebula. Might as well go through them in order. So let's start with Holly. Holly's primary is homing micromissiles. Holly's secondary is a big chunky cannonball that uses most of your secondary gauge, so dodging is going to be a little tricky for us here. Apparently we're not wanted here. I bet Holly gets that a lot. I kind of feel for her. Oh, sweetie, don't apologize. Just kill. Alright. Throwing our giant cannonball. Didn't really do that much. The fire rate of these micromissiles is nowhere near what we need to do serious damage. So we're just gonna have to be very careful with those beam timings. And well, if you aim the wrong way, the weapons don't hit at all, so aiming towards the core is going to be crucial. Alright, got our first phase down. Let's grab that battery, pick up a firepower power-up, which gives us the crucial range. Holly's micromissiles do not have the range to make it across the stage at the distance we were fighting with Cactus. We're gonna have to be closer in here. Embryo is slow, but it does move fast enough that the laser sight is very useful when aiming that cannonball. So So into the concentric rings phase, we're gonna jump, we're gonna fire the cannonball, we're gonna run around collecting some weapon power-up orbs, move very slowly in this, and can actually survive quite a long time in the inner ring until it starts shrinking. We've got 2-star micro missiles now, so that's not terrible. Jump it again, get over the ring. Cannonball does seem to be a pretty easy finisher. Okay, Polly's missiles are locking straight onto the Wasp and pretty much ignoring Vespula. We're gonna have to finish her with the cannons. Okay, cannons are a viable strategy for finishing off Vespula, it looks like. We got in close, we did the dance, everything worked. We got a firepower. Oh. Okay, Polly's DPS is going to make this a challenge because we have run out of battery on this level before. So we're going to have to keep using the cannonball to do actual damage instead of dodging. Fortunately, it's pretty hard to miss a target the side of Medulla's core. So we're on to the third boss. So, you may notice that we're dropping some laser fence posts. Those are how we get power-ups on this level, and unfortunately Accelerator is probably not the most useful. What we really need to do is increase our damage. Oh, and did I mention that if you're getting close enough, you get blocked by Justice's shields? So, he can throw cannonballs at us, or some sort of rolling head-looking thing. We can throw cannonballs back, though, and they do seem to do a decent amount of damage. We are low on battery, but he is low on health. He's gonna come down very close. Okay, so Holly might have some promise. But, like I promised, I'm gonna keep demoing things. We're gonna move on one notch to Lemon. So Lemon plays a lot like Cactus close up. Kind of creating, primary and secondary ranges, so her spread shot is much less useful as you get further away, except against targets as large as Medulla, but her secondary rockets are very useful for hitting far targets like Embryo in the second phase. So we're gonna go ahead and have a whack at Medulla with Lemon now. We're being told to shoo. Lemon can't believe that Medulla betrayed all of her friends. Perilous path, truth and salvation, blah blah blah. Sorry, Medulla, you make an easy target. And so we're up close doing full 100% no missed shots damage, getting the maximum potential out of Lemon's spread fire. So we're gonna go ahead and split some bullets. Again, the beams fade pretty quickly in this phase after the initial couple of beams, so we don't have to use dodge. So notice that with this fight we are wasting most of our damage potential with Lemon because only 3 out of 5 of those streams are actually hitting Embryo. So we have to use that laser sight and the rockets, and then that gives us the range that we need to survive this part. We're gonna do okay. We've got firepower. We've got, well, pretty much all we need. Okay, circling in the safety zone, or the least unsafe zone in any case. Trying to scoop up those weapon power-ups. They spawn in rings around the core. Oh, that was fast. Okay, so Lemon's spread fire cannon is an advantage here against the numerous wasps, so we don't get weapon powers pretty rapidly by getting a few of them out, and also staying alive, but that's pretty much with all characters. There aren't really any rewarding suicide plays in this game, except possibly Peanut's Giga Control Breaker. So, getting close. Not too close, because getting too close, you'll hear something like, "Get away from me," and she'll start spinning rapidly, and that'll usually kill you. Don't want that. Alright, we've got Accelerate, so we can run around and not get hit as easily. We'll also be able to suck up those delicious weapon power-up orbs. Unfortunately, easy target for Lemon Spread Fire. We've got it 2 stars. Let's keep that damage output up by throwing some rockets at it, so we're not really using them up to dodge. I seem to have acquired enough vision of the future to stay alive without too much dodging. Ignore that death and that death. Okay, we're on to the Justice fight. Let's get some power-ups. So we've got a couple seconds to grab that battery. So the spinning helicopter things are not something you can destroy, or that you can trick Justice into destroying himself. You just need to watch for them and stay out of their way. Which is not always possible. You'll see that sometimes they will converge on you like that. Oh, I finally managed to get by this sucker. So now we're into the final fight, which is probably most like Venom. There's a lot of turrets that spawn. The tentacle things will try to whomp you. If you see a laser turret drop, or hear the charging whine, that's a good time to see if you can point the laser turret at Nebula itself. We don't want tracking us now, so let's even drag it over to Nebula. We did manage to do a little damage to Nebula with its own laser there. I've mostly played this game blind, but that is one trick I learned from watching someone else stream it. Gotta get our rockets in there. We're being whomped by tentacles, and we're losing battery rapidly. Fortunately, it is possible to liberate a few power-ups from the stuff around the core. We are in trouble here damage-wise, though. Oof, okay. So, looks like Lemon is viable for a Modular run. Going on to the next android in our roster, that is Coral. So, Shotgun and Plasma Field are going to be challenging, because Shotgun has pretty crap range. Let's see how this plays out. Getting the eye here from Modula. She has a percussion-focused approach to crew equipment therapy. This Nexus core is convinced that she sees the future, and the future for Coral involves a lot of shotguns, and the static field should be pretty useful here. Although it doesn't seem to... oh, it does deflect those pellets. Okay, so we can give ourselves a little safe zone to get in there and use the shotgun. Provided we manage to, as I am currently failing to do, avoid the laser sweeps. Because the lasers go right through static, plasma shield. And Coral needs to be up close to do any damage whatsoever. So the embryo fight is going to be very different. As we previously learned, rockets go through plasma field, but bullets do not. So let's create a bullet safe zone. Get out of that when rockets come in. Actually, that was not as bad as I feared. So it looks like the plasma field does deflect the spinning bullets, so the safety zone is really working doubly well for us. We can use the plasma field to do some damage too. Oh, actually that's gone pretty well. Just managed to dodge that tentacle trail from Vestula. With the shotgun as often as I can up here. We just lost a lot of weapon power-ups though. So let's run around, get some effect, put out a plasma field, do some damage, keep the wasps out of our face. I'm pretty sure the big flowers go through the field too, so that's gonna be a little tricky. So that was the Don't Touch Me attack. You saw the spin, you heard the voice line for it. Fortunately we managed to clear it, and I'm pretty sure it's not what took us down. Okay, so we're actually doing a lot better than I expected with Coral. Let's see how far we can get through the bullets phase. Oh! Oh, this is the game changer. Okay. Even the one-hit kill bullets bounce off the field. So we can just sit here and hammer away. get the battery, though. So this one's trigger finger is cramping up. This may be the last Android demo tonight. Gonna have to hold it down, instead of pushing it for the shotgun, even though I normally count them, the time my shots with Coral. Because, well, maybe I can use my middle finger instead. Get a foot pedal? Okay, wow, we actually managed to make it to the last with Coral. Let's get the plasma field out and doing some damage. And also preventing us from getting whomped by some of the bullets. Keeping the plasma field up. We're actually doing super well. Maybe we'll even get past this. We just went down, but it doesn't matter. I've got so much battery left that... wow, okay. Well, here's the interesting part coming up. Sorry about the frame rate, Milanomi. Hopefully it doesn't, still have a problem. So we're now in some sort of virtual environment. The useful thing about this virtual environment is that if you go down, your weapons recharge almost instantly. And there are no ways to damage Medula herself. You just have to take out all the enemies as fast as possible. The downside is there are no battery power-ups. You have to kill everything as fast as you possibly can. And with the range of Coral, that's going to be a little bit tricky. Fortunately, plasma fields do seem to persist past our death, and they do let us take out a lot of enemies that are closing on us. If we can get one up. We're into the enemy's remaining gauge already. There's 5 left. We might take this. Oh, we're in trouble now. Oh, this is the furthest I've ever gotten. Okay. This actually marks Coral as surprisingly viable for a Medula run. If my hand wasn't actually severely cramping, I would be going for another run, but I think it's going to be time to call the stream for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I did not think I would get anywhere near this far, especially with an Android that I don't normally play. Thank you everybody, and good night. I guess before I shut down for the night, any questions? No questions, just love. I wish work was like this.